Starting a new job, no matter which domain you are in and when in your career you are, is always exciting. You start with all the positivity, hoping to make the best impression on your peers and bosses. However, for few, it ends up being what they imagined it would be at the start. Often companies make their offer very lucrative, and if you are starting as a novice, you have no idea what to expect, so you are blinded by your lack of experience and colorful hopes. If you are switching from one job to another, your hopes and expectations from your new workplace are still very real and equally inevitable. So how do you deal with the disappointments that you confront once you start? Well, don't worry. We are here to help you deal with the bait and switch tactics of your employers. Before we do, please subscribe to Money Mather and hit the bell icon next to it so that you don't ever miss any of our useful and interesting videos such as this one. Now, without further ado, let's dive right into today's topic. 1. Give it some time. We recommend that you stay patient and document your work for at least a month. Do all the work promptly and without grimacing. Show that you are eager and willing to learn and do well. However, make a list of the tasks you have been assigned and the feedback you receive on them. Usually, for the first few weeks, you are expected to get used to the basic tasks and engage with your peers. You might not be assigned really challenging tasks that you had hoped to work on at the time of applying for the job, but this does not mean that you never will. Use this opportunity to build a quality relationship with at least one person in your office so that they can teach you the ropes quickly. The sooner your employer or immediate boss sees you comfortable with the tasks you are currently assigned, the sooner he or she will assign ones that are more intriguing and demanding. 2. Compare what you were promised and what you have been served. If you have the original job offer, then pull it out and look at what you were promised. Have you been assigned the duties listed there, or do they fall short or go over and beyond the details you were hired to do? If it seems to be falling short, then it is possible that you are not performing as expected. In this case, you probably know the reason and you should work on it. If you need assistance, you could have a sit down with your boss and clear the air on what is expected from you and why you are struggling to catch up. No rational person wants to fire someone as soon as they are hired, and they will help you find your way. On the other hand, if you have been assigned more work than what you discussed, keep a note of such tasks. Don't immediately refuse to do the work. Often what you find unrelated may not be. For example, in some law firms, you may not be given an assistant to do the filing, keep the paperwork in check, and so on. So in this case, you might feel like you are also working as a paralegal. In these circumstances, it is actually good for you to learn to be self-reliant, especially if you are just starting your career. So you should take it as a boon rather than a difficulty. However, say you have been hired in an accounting firm and are expected to work on just payrolls, then you might find it very disappointing, and you may even be unmotivated to go to work. In these cases, having a list of such tasks at hand will serve as talking points when you express your difficulty with your employer. 3. Assess your options. Once you are decidedly discontent, you can approach your boss and try to work out a solution. Keep in mind to not sound like you are complaining, as it will discourage him or her from finding a solution that works for both of you. You should also wait for what they have to say upon hearing you before you voice your ideas for a solution. At this point, you only have 2 options that will leave you happy. You can accept to work on the additional matters, but with a raise, or inform your employer that you are not comfortable with the added tasks, but do not convey that you are unwilling to do them. Instead, wait for his or her response. Ideally, the first option is the best. However, when you feel that you are being given menial tasks, you might find yourself uncompromising and unable to continue. So realize that these are your options before you request a meeting, because once you do, there is no going back. It is highly possible that you will have to continue working there if your boss doesn't budge, but having the difficult conversation and then realizing that your boss is not going to accommodate you will only make you resent the job even more. We are not trying to convince you to stay behind in a place that you find undervalues you or does not have any chance of enhancement in your career. If you are stuck with grunt work and the company is not using your skills or expertise, then it is a dead-end job that you need to run away from in case you have a degree and want to pursue a career rather than some money for daily expenses. However, no matter what your situation is, you need to secure another offer, preferably a better one, before you decide to drop your papers at your current workplace. 4. Don't fall for it again. When you do decide to make the transition out of your existing job, don't make the mistake of falling for the bait and switch job offers again. Assess the current job market and look for openings in your field. You can take help from the internet as well as your contacts. Learn about the company and its people before you apply. Websites like Glassdoor will help you understand how much you should be asking for and what kind of growth you can expect in the company. See what the existing employees have to say about the company, as it will help you greatly to understand how the employees are treated and if the company tends to misrepresent the realities perspectives of its offers. You can also look for the interview questions and what competing companies in the same field offer for the same position. Being prepared by knowing what is going on in the company can save you some illusions, and asking for what you deserve at the time of the interview can even clarify any doubts regarding your responsibilities. You should know at this time that these bait-and-switch offers may not always be intentional. Often, at times, companies have big plans, and that is one of the many reasons they onboard new talent. However, simply put, these big plans may not come to happen. Given the uncertain times that we live in and aspirations of any business owner, we can hardly fault the employer for their dreams and plans. However, as an employee, it is only too natural for us to feel delusioned and disappointed when the jobs we sign up for fall short of our expectations. The reason we are telling you this is so that when you choose to have the chat with your employer, you do not go in angry or feel like you have been cheated, and instead go in with an attitude to fix the issue and get what you need. Conclusion. So what did you think of our video on how to deal with bait-and-switch job offers? Have you ever had to go through this? If so, how did you deal with it? Let us know your answers in the comment section below. You can also share your thoughts on our suggestions. We hope this video was helpful. Give it a thumbs up if it was. Share this video with your friends and family so that they know what to expect when they go in for an interview, and so that they can learn to ask for what they truly deserve rather than settle for what comes along. If you have any tips of your own to handle situations like these, you can leave them for us and the world in the comment section as well. Thanks for tuning into Money Mather. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for instant notifications. We will see you soon in our next video.